What up, y'all? It's another episode of Thick Threads.
Yeah.
And today, I'm going to be talking about some dark psychology tricks. So this, if used in the right way, can get you where you need to go. But it's dark psychology for a reason, because it can be misconstrued as manipulation as well.
Whoa.
These are basically just tactics to get what you want. And hopefully what you want doesn't hurt anyone else.
Hopefully.
But
hey.
But some of these are really, to me, some of these are really good communication tactics. 1, silence forces the truth. Say less. The discomfort makes them feel the silence. So sometimes you just got to sit back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. What I mean was, well, why you not saying nothing?
Right. It's tough because people want to fill in that gap, but they don't know what yet. So they just start blurting stuff out.
You get more
It
information
is awkward, though.
sometimes.
I
Yeah.
don't want to be in a negotiation where it's just like, yeah, okay. And just staring at each other, waiting because you guys both know this fact.
But I don't think you would use that in a negotiation
I feel like
deal.
you would.
Silence.
Mm-hmm.
Silence forces the truth. That's what this is. So I think this has to do with more so confrontations versus negotiations.
Yeah,
but maybe.
I hear that for negotiations too. It's just like whoever talks first loses, or whoever offers first, that kind of stuff.
Definitely. Okay. Confidence beats accuracy. People follow those who sound sure, not those who are right.
I believe that.
We're living in, I'm going to call it a simulation of our president right now, who uses, I read through these already, and I was like, wow, our president definitely uses these tactics to get the people.
That's what leading is. It's like just convincing. It's not necessarily you right.
Don't defend. Flip it. The more you defend yourself, the guiltier you seem. Ask questions instead.
All right. So how about let's apply that real quick.
Okay.
And you said this is a confrontation?
No, this is just, that's just the rule.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Steph, I had a sandwich in the fridge. Okay. I just got it. There's nobody else here. Why did you eat my sandwich?
There was a sandwich in the fridge?
Yes, there was a sandwich in the fridge.
What kind?
It was tuna. Oh, really? You acting like you don't know?
Tuna sandwiches are amazing.
Now you sound guilty. I love tuna sandwiches.
I haven't had a tuna sandwich in so long. Was it homemade?
No, I bought it from Big Mike's. Not Jersey Mike's. Big Mike's.
Damn, what time did you put it in there?
It was in there all day, and you're the only one that's here. Did you do it?
You might want to ask the janitor. I'll go ask the janitor for you.
I don't need to ask the janitor. I'm asking you.
Well, the janitor can check the cameras, and then we can see,
This feels guilty. It's like
I don't know.
avoiding the question.
I'm defending a hypothetical situation of a sandwich that doesn't exist. So
how would that
in a space that doesn't exist? So I'm just trying to.
So how would it sound if you were defensive?
If I was defensive, I didn't take your sandwich. Why are you blaming me?
Whoa. What was that?
I didn't take your tuna sandwich.
I smell it.
Smell the tuna breath. Bored. Addict. People fear losing more than they want to gain. Frame everything as what they'll miss out on, not what they'll get. So basically, you fear losing what you already have versus getting more.
Okay. So what's the frame everything part?
Frame everything as what they'll miss out on, not what they'll get. So it's like FOMO. Play into the FOMO versus this is what you'll get. Because people are like, well, I don't really need that.
I do believe that people are more afraid of failure than they are of actually like winning. That's crazy.
Ask questions that confuse. Why would you say that? Shifts the pressure back on them instantly. Oh, I should have said that.
Like, why would you say that?
Mm-hmm. So you don't trust me?
So these are all dark psychological ways to manipulate somebody?
So this is just dark psychology. So it just says dark psychology tricks I wish I knew. So if you have bad intentions, you would more so use this as manipulation. If you have good intentions, maybe you're using this in business to get a sale or something.
Ain't nobody using dark psychology for good reasons. It's called dark.
I don't think so.
Okay, so that last one was...
So ask questions that confuse. Like, why would you say that? Shifts the pressure back on them instantly. I already know. I've been hit with the, why would you say that? And I'm like, because, nigga, it's true. That's why I said it. Mirroring builds false trust. Copying their body language, speech, or energy makes them feel connected.
Okay. I'm not mirroring that.
You're not going to mirror that?
No, I'm good. Wow.
Do that. Emotion hides logic. The more emotional they are, the less they think. Manipulate by timing your asks when they're distracted or reactive. That is horrible. I'll read it again.
Okay.
Emotions hide logic.
Definitely.
The more emotional they are, the less they think. Manipulate by timing your ass when they are distracted or reactive.
So are they saying to time it when they are emotional or when they're not? When they are emotional,
when they're
right?
distracted and reactive. So if you see somebody's already flustered, that's when you should ask them certain things.
Oh, like ask for something? Is that what they're saying?
It says, the more emotional they are, the less they think. Manipulate by timing your asks when they are distracted or reactive.
So I was basing it off the last one. I thought this was like mid-confrontation.
Could be like somebody's like, your boss is like annoyed as fuck and distracted and doing something. That's when you're like, hey boss, can I take off real fast? He's like,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
I would think that would be the time for them to be like, hell no, because they're mad about something. Yeah. Interesting.
Control your reactions. People poke to see how much power they have. Don't give them any.
That's a solid one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of these could go horribly wrong, which is why I think you have to be very strategic and smart about these, but that's just a solid one either way.
Mm-hmm. I like that one. Curiosity beats confrontation. Act curious when you're actually suspicious. They reveal more that way. Curiosity beats confrontation.
I can see bad acting ruining all of this. Just like, oh my God, that is... So where were you? You seemed like you had so much fun.
Oh, really? Well, what time did you get back?
Wow, 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Damn.
Whoa, you must have been having so much fun. Who were you having fun with? It must have been so... Oh my God.
I know you were hungry. Where did you stop and get food?
Man.
Oh, they were open at 3 a.m.? Oh, I didn't know that. The next time I'm out at 3 a.m., I'm going to have to go pull up.
I've been there around midnight and they were closed. I didn't know they extended their hours. That's crazy.
That's amazing. I know that was the best food you ever had.
Man. Yep. Totally not working.
It works. Most people just want to feel important. Make them feel seen and they'll do anything to keep that feeling. Ooh, that is nasty.
I always thought that was just nice because, I don't know, people in my family are really good at that, but not in a manipulative way. It's just like whoever they're talking to, if they're talking about stuff that's going on in their life, they just know how to make them feel really good about it and be like, yeah, I am doing my thing, huh?
I think the nastiness in the phrase is make them feel seen and they'll do anything to keep that feeling.
Yeah.
That's the nasty part for me. But I I don't know. I'm not the type of person that if somebody, unless it's just a super overkill, if I know like my friend is in need of some attention, some validation or whatnot, I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, you searching for validation. I'm not going to give it to you. You know, you want to feel important or you want to feel this. You need this from me. I'm not going to give it to you because why are you searching for it? I'm going to give it. You know, it doesn't take away anything from me to give that. Now, I don't know in the grand scheme of things, their relationships with other people and how they deal with other situations when I'm not around. But the validation when you're with me, definitely as your friend or spouse or lover or family member, whatever, I'm going to give you that validation because it's like, here. You know,
that's
true.
Take
nothing from me.
It'd be funny though. The fishing be funny. Like, all right, here, nigga.
Right. How many more of these you want?
How many do you have?
Well, we just did 10.
Damn.
I have. Damn. I have 25.
Sheesh.
How many more you want? Or do you want any more? You want to stop at 10?
Give me your favorites.
Okay. Interrupt patterns. Change your tone or facial expression suddenly. It makes people rethink what they just said or did.
Like this?
So if you're telling me something, say something.
Man, I actually think I might have eaten that sandwich that I was accusing you of. Yeah. Yeah, I ate it. I remember it too. I was just saying all that. Yeah, change your expressions. It's doing nothing for me.
I think that you admitting to a crime is not really, you know, but if you say something like, if I say, yeah, sometimes I'm searching for attention and, you know, the things that I post and there. I'd be like, wait a minute, why you look like that? Why you make that face?
Oh, yeah. I could see that. I could see a drastic facial expression thwarting maybe not somebody's point, but at least their train of thought.
I'll be fucking up too sometimes because that will throw somebody off all the time. And when it hits me, sometimes I can't control that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'll just be like,
yeah, my face is very reactive. So, but I mean, that's diabolical to plan facial changes to throw a wrench into their momentum. That's wild. It's scary to think that people are thinking this.
Control your environment. Where you meet someone affects how powerful you feel. Choose your turf.
The way you what?
Control your environment. Where you meet someone affects how powerful you feel. Choose your turf. So, I don't know why the dumbest thing comes to my mind is when you're selling something on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something. Meet me at the Starbucks. But I think this is more so like if you want to confront somebody that has anger issues or something like that, you know, you want to pick a neutral public place to talk about your shit. So if they decide to fly off the handle, you know, they would humiliate themselves.
Yeah. It keeps it civil, right? But I mean, I also think that's messed up to be like, I'm gonna tell him I'm pregnant by his best friend, but I want to make sure that we're at a Laker game. It's like, damn, you're not even gonna stifle his reaction.
By the way,
LeBron,
you know, this one's crazy, but okay. Ask for small favors first. It creates commitment. They'll subconsciously justify doing more for you later. This has worked on me.
That's crazy.
Ask for small favors first. It creates commitment. They'll subconsciously justify doing more for you later.
which means the next ask can be bigger. Oh, instead of just
So
asking
small
for the big
favors.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird example. Like, man, the way to get him to get me to do this is to get him to get me to do a lot more stuff.
It's just small things. So small things you tend to just,
Hook,
you know,
line,
talk.
and
Yeah, small things don't really take too much energy from you. They don't really, you know, and it's just like, oh yeah, and I feel good when I do like small things for my friends or whatnot, you know, and I know. But the thing is, sometimes I know when things are working on me, but at the same time, I'd be like, I'm not really tripping, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
what time is it?
11:26. Like,
it begins.
What?
It begins.
Oh God. What?
No, you just told me the time. Thank you.
Patrick.
What's today? Is it the 25th or the 26th?
I think it's the 26th.
Okay, thanks.
I'm
setting
I don't know what kind of dark psychology you're using on me right now, but I need to know.
2 little favors. 2 little favors already.
Not that small. Damn.
This time tomorrow, let me hold 5K.
Isn't that crazy? The older you get, the bigger the ask. It's like my family members, my friends would dare ask me for $5,000 when I was 21. But
right? Now
it's just like, hey, I got a bill for $12,000. I'm like, what the fuck?
When you 20, that's probably like $100. That's when you
Somebody
get them
asked
type
me
of
to
asks.
put the down payment on their car.
Wow. As a quick little favor. See, should have done a couple small favors first.
I did them all.
That was so they did this technique. There was a couple small favors. Then it was that.
It was some.
So this one's tested.
Let me borrow. But then at the time, it was just like, okay, so I have an issue with if I know I have it and someone else doesn't, and they're close to me and I care about them. If they come to me, I feel bad saying no if I have it. And then my philosophy on people borrowing is that they really don't have it to give back. Like when it comes to borrowing from people, you know, when you're borrowing like loans and stuff, that's a different story because you have time to, you know, build your income. Yeah. But when you have to come to the point of asking someone, that means you're at the lowest of the low. To me, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why people have to start threatening.
Right. And so if somebody comes to me and they're at the lowest of the low,
right,
and they're like, hey, I need this. If I have it and I'm not struggling, I can't ask for it back. It's like, I got you. And I've gotten to a point where I was just like, I was kind of drained from it because then people start asking. And the ask got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was just like, okay, I still do have it. But at this point in time, I'm starting to feel a little used.
Sure.
And so once in my head, once I start feeling used, then I'm like, okay, I got to chill because I'm very, very easygoing.
Sure.
So once I get to that point, I'm like, okay, y'all pushing it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, people are just very, very different from each other. So, I mean, I wish we lived in a world where it was like, that was it, you know? Like, I helped them out. They're at a low point. Pay me back whenever. But the problem is that if you genuinely think like that and you're nice and you want to help out people, there are people who don't give a damn about how nice that is, and morally they'll just take advantage of it and they'll be like, oh, okay, for sure. I don't have to. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an evil person,
right? But
it's just sort of like an evil way of thinking. They'll be like, okay, I can get this from this person and they don't ask for anything back, as opposed to a nigga who would break your knees.
Right.
So it's like, boom, okay, if I'm just need something, I'm not even super down now, go to this person, he ain't gonna ask for it back, you know? And I think that's when it's like, shit, I didn't want to change myself But at the same time, you have to see the game for what it is and not allow certain things.
When I found myself in that cycle, I wasn't sure how to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, how I ended up getting out of it was I started asking for proof of what the ask was needed for. So it was like, okay, if you're asking me for $1,500, show me why you need it. What am I paying for? Because I know for a fact that I'm probably not going to get it back. Yeah. So if I'm not going to get it back, let me see that this, and even if, and I might even go as far as to pay the bill myself.
What do you mean? Oh, instead
of giving you the money,
right?
I might go as far as like, okay, I'll take care of that. You get on your feet. Once I started asking for the receipts, the asks stopped.
Because that's a great reason, because anytime some people talk about anything financial, it gets a little uncomfortable, right? Mm-hmm. And especially, when somebody is pushed to the point where they're like, all right, I have to ask for this. Mm-hmm. You kind of are tempted to keep it short. Just like, no questions, I got you.
Right.
But what I like about this is that it's not really an offensive ask at all. If they find it offensive, then it's like, well, why? Mm-hmm. And I think that being a part of this big purchase or help is way better than just a wire that's crazy and you don't even know how to file it for taxes, depending on how bad it is. So right. I agree, because if somebody's at a low point to borrow something that they don't really intend on giving back, they're probably in a space where they might lie about what they need it for.
Right. And so I don't want to give you this amount of money so you can go to, so you can buy a bunch of liquor or whatnot, or if you have habits that I don't know about,
right.
I don't want to fund that. And in the beginning, when you ask, I always want to say in the beginning. Sorry, in the beginning, when you start asking about it, it's kind of like, okay, I got you. But then once you get past the point of, for me, comfortability, then I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? Because we're not getting ourselves, and you didn't have to pay it back. So it's not like it was an extra burden that we brought on you, because you know that you're not going to pay it back. Yeah. I know you're not going to pay it back, and I'm still going to love you the same. Mm-hmm. I'm not tripping. But once it gets down to that, then you're like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's a big part of people growing up, is finding a healthy way to set boundaries, because people who cross your boundaries aren't always malicious.
Right.
Sometimes they'll just like, oh, shit, I thought that's what it was, and it can be little things, but I think that's how people get resentment, is they don't set those boundaries, but they also like see why it happened, and then it just keeps happening, and they just don't ever jump in and be like, because they think that's gonna throw everything off. So
right. And then that person that's always being asked is kind of looked at as the strong person, the person that kind of has it all in order. It doesn't affect them. So they're not even really seeing like the effect that it's having on the other person, because why would I show you that when I don't want to make you feel bad for asking me?
Yeah.
Because I do want to be a resource for you, a support system for you. But I do at times want to make it be known that I'm not just a bank teller. Like, say hello, say this, Yeah,
because you said that. I remember you said that like somebody would hit you up and ask for money before even saying hi or acknowledging things in your life and stuff. And that's when it's just like, all right, this crossed the point where it's even like upsetting to you to come and ask, not that I want it to be upsetting, but it got to the point where it's just like, oh yeah, I'll just hit up Pat,
Someone asked me for money on my birthday. It hadn't even said happy birthday.
On your birthday?
On my birthday. It hadn't even said happy birthday.
And they probably realized they were like, shh, I could have done this any day. I am tripping. So wait, what if somebody says they need this thing? And you're like, all right, give me receipts. And they're like, oh shit, that's not really what I needed. But I'll have the money for what I needed if she pays this.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get around that? Or at that point, if you're plotting at that point.
So basically, they need a certain amount of money, but they don't want to tell you why.
Like, I'll just make it extreme. I want hard drugs, and I need $2,000.
Okay.
And I come to you, and I'm like, I'm about to be thrown out. Could you pay my rent, my car, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, all right, give me receipts. And I'm like, ooh, shit. I kind of just wanted the cash for the for the crystal, but fuck it. Yeah, here's my rent. Would you need like the eviction notice and like receipts like that, or would you just need the process of paying that rent?
No, I need to see. So I've already been in this situation.
Okay.
And they were struggling, and it was rent or whatever, and they had like back rent. And so I was like, they were saying they were going to kick them out or whatever if a certain amount wasn't paid. And so basically what they were doing was telling me the full amount. They were asking me for the full amount to get them up to date.
Oh, multiple months.
Yeah.
How many months was it?
So it was like 3.
Okay.
But their rent wasn't expensive. But what they were telling me was they were saying the amount, which was like $3,200, the amount was to get them up to date. But they weren't saying that was that. They were saying $3,200 was what they owed. That's what they had to pay in order to get them out of the situation. And it wasn't that. It was like $1,200 that they had to pay to get them out of the situation. But $3,200 was like, $3,200 was what got them up to date, current.
Oh, so they didn't tell you they were behind
for the next 30 days.
Oh, the next rent too.
Right. So it was like they were
trying to get an extra month out of it.
Right. And so when I asked for the documentation, the receipts of what is owed, show me this, they were only able to show me the $1,200 that was owed for that, not the not the ask of $3,200. They couldn't prove why they needed $3,200.
So the $1,200 was the current rent and the 3 months before? Or no, the $3,200 was.
The $1,200 was what was left on that. You know how like when they're gonna evict you, you have to pay a certain amount.
Oh, before the eviction.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were covering what they owed on that plus the $3,200 for the next month.
Got
it.
And then I think there was some of it wanting to like recoup part of what they had already paid.
Sure.
For covering it. And I was just like, I don't want you to get kicked out of your place, so I'll take care of that. But I hope that helps you so that you have time to be able to, get more. But I'm not going to pay the full $3,200.
How'd they react?
So they were cool with it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They didn't trip out. They were just like, you know what? I thank you. I thank you for your help. And I think that because I acted so cool about it, they weren't on the like
defensive.
I can't believe you're not going to help me with blah, blah, blah. They were just kind of like, I mean,
yes.
they tested, they dipped their toe in to get out.
Right.
And I was just like, don't put your foot back in that pool.
Yeah.
Dry it off. And I got you on this.
That's true. And that'll definitely make them have their ask together if they did do it a second time. Because they know it's like, they cool. It's not like they're gonna say no because they're an asshole, but I need to make sure, But that's an interesting can of worms because shoot, if I find out that something was forged or something was like, falsified just to get more money, it was?
No.
Oh,
saying
that's when it's just like, all right, then that's like, okay, you scamming me.
You probably wouldn't have given any. Huh?
So the friendship part, if I found out it was falsified?
If you found out that they were trying to get more than what they described to you was owed.
This is all very situational.
If they tell you like, oh, I owe $3,200 or else I'm going to get kicked out. But when you look at the documentation, you see $1,200.
Yeah.
And if they don't pay $1,200, they'll get kicked out. Would you still give the $1,200?
I would do what you did. I think I would pay what was documented because that's why I asked for the documents, and then I would ask what's the other stuff, and if it's just like, oh, it's for next month too. I think I would end up doing what you did. Like I'm gonna pay this, and I hope that but hopefully it's not no type of situation where it's like, I mean, I'm down off on my luck. How am I gonna pay my next rent? You know what I mean? But I think that there's a bunch of situationals here. If it's somebody in my family, yes. If it's somebody I'm super cool with, we'd have a conversation. If it's somebody that's just like, kind of around, I'll help out how I can. But I do like the documentation thing because it makes sure that the ask is professional. And it's not just like oh yeah, he'll just wire it right now, because I think that that's a huge way that you can actually ruin the friendship because if it becomes more like that, then it's just like you gotta stop it at one point.
And it comes down to when you think about it, when people are in survival mode,
yeah,
they don't necessarily have bad intentions.
Sure.
And it's survival mode kind of takes you out of your character.
Yeah.
And even sometimes maybe your integrity.
Yeah.
Some people, but if you know them and you know their heart and you know that they're down on their luck and this is out of character for them.
Yeah.
Like you don't usually lie. You don't usually like do stuff like this. Then it's kind of like, talk to me for real. Let's talk about it because I don't want to shame you. I don't want to add to the problem, especially if you're coming to me to be a part of the solution. Right. I don't want to humiliate you. I don't want none of that stuff to happen. But I also don't want to feel used.
Sure.
So there's like a medium there that you have to figure out how to scale it so that it's not unbalanced.
Right. Yeah, but I don't think it's out of line to expect respect even at your worst. I feel like if it's really like survival mode and out of character, that should just be the ask period. Because I know pride is a big, especially among men and stuff, and nobody really wants to ask for money. But at the end of the day, if you're in that position and you trust somebody and you come to them and you're like, first of all, I'm assuming you're trusting that person isn't going to like blow it out of proportion and be like, this nigga asking for money.
Right.
So they want you to be cool about it. But I think that even your survival mode shouldn't involve scamming me.
It should.
My involvement should just be the ask. And if I find out that there's stuff that's faked to get more out of me, I'm gonna have to call that off.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Like, I get it. And I think that if I saw them acting out of character and I was removed, I think I would be more compassionate and be like, but I think that seeing me as the lick in your worst thing is like, nah.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But I think the therapist in me is like, oh, well, let's go deeper into why you trying to scam me, versus
I'm interested in the why.
It's like, and I recognize like, okay, I know what this looks like to them. I look like an easy lick, and it might be, but, and I don't like that, but at the same time, there's just a part of me that's just like, okay, but how am I going to feel ultimately if I don't help this person? And I know them, like, or we grew up together or whatnot. It's a slippery slope. Slippery slope because some people, the more you help them, the more they slip, and it's like, ooh.
I understand the why. I'm interested in the why, but if the why was executed on me, you ain't doing it on me. You could tell me why you did it, and I'll feel for you, and I'll be like, man, that's really sad. But
get out of here.
Yeah, man. Because they made the choice to come to you for that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So a tiny bit of Viagra is enough to keep fresh cut flowers standing up for an extra week. Do you know flowers can get bricked up? Boner flowers. That's crazy. How do you even give it Viagra?
What is it? What?
It says 1 milligram of Viagra can make 2 vases full of flowers last a week longer than they would otherwise. Viagra
Viagra is flower food?
It keeps flowers erect for an extra week, and it also slows down the wilting process.
Okay, so they was trolling us too.
What?
Keeps the flowers erect.
What do you mean? It does.
Yes, well, we're talking about a pill that's used for male erection.
Sure.
And then the language used in this is keeps the flowers erect.
That's what it does. Both shafts. Viagra said, I don't care what type of shaft it is, it's staying up. It says the scientists ended up patenting a method involving nitric oxide, which is a lot cheaper than Viagra. But they also experimented with sildenafil citrate, the little blue pill's active ingredient. Just a bit of the drug was enough to delay the flowers from wilting. In comparison to the 1 milligram the researchers used for 2 vases, a Viagra pill contains 50 milligrams. This flower hack works because wilting and erectile dysfunction involve the same enzyme. So that means your dick wilting.
Man, I'm about to put a blue chew in a vase and see what it do.
Viagra slows the breakdown of that enzyme, allowing blood vessels or the vascular tissue of plants to stay open for longer. Oh, it's just open in veins no matter where. So if you want to keep your Valentine's Day roses fresh for an extra week, bit of Viagra could do the trick. Oh, 2 pills. 1, 2. Good Valentine's Day. Hard dick, hard flowers.
Hard flowers is crazy.
My flowers is on soft.
Freaky ass flowers.
Flowers ain't going on soft.
That's crazy, but
it's a cool little.
I'm gonna try that I got some blue chew at the house. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that on some flowers and see what it do.
That's crazy.
That's good because I mean, who wouldn't want their flowers to say? I mean, but I would think. I don't know how much Viagra costs, but
flowers hard. Flowers is super hard.
All
right, what you got?
Okay. Arctic means bears. Antarctic means no bears.
Wait, what? Arctic means bears? What?
It has nothing to do with the fact that there are indeed polar bears in the Arctic and no polar bears in Antarctica. Isn't that crazy?
Wait, you said Arctic means bears?
Bears.
How?
Let me see.
Arctic, relating to regions around the North Pole. Very cold. Yeah, I thought Arctic was... Okay, so this is just what I'm seeing on Wikipedia. Apparently, the Merriam-Webster definition is very cold, but then it says the original meaning of Arctic says near the bear, which is from the Greek work Arctikos, near the bear, northern, and from the word bear, I guess a constellation, the Great Bear, which is prominent in the northern portion of the celestial sphere. So it's talking about a constellation
so
near the north.
So was it named after bears? Because there are polar bears in the Arctic. There are no polar bears in Antarctica. Do you think that those two...
Does ant mean no? Yeah, right? No?
Yeah, because anti means...
Yeah. Antagonist. Evil bears. Those are where the evil bears are. Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Arctic means
the
bears.
Names were given regarding it if you could see the bear constellation or not, which is the case in the Arctic and not in Antarctica. There's a bear constellation?
So I guess it means that its meaning is probably closer to the constellation than actual bears, because there's only one type of cold bear out of all the bears.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Interesting.
It's a cool fact.
Icy facts. We got some time. I'll do one more.
Yes.
You got any? Oh, this is a funny one. Okay. Jeffrey Dahmer. Let's do a Dahmer fact.
Ooh.
Jeffrey Dahmer accidentally consumed a drink laced with sleeping pills that was intended for his victim. When he woke up the following day, he discovered that his potential victim had stolen several items of clothing, $300, and a watch.
Good for
Uno reverse.
Right? Like, okay. Did you watch the documentary?
Mm-mm.
Or not the documentary.
The series.
The series. Yeah. There was a lot. There was a lot with that situation.
That's why I didn't watch it.
Definitely think you should. Only because there's a lot in there that was pretty close to what we knew about him and his stories, victims, cases, or whatnot. And there were so many chances that he could have been caught. So many victims could have been saved.
If what?
If the police were competent.
Oh, because they were getting calls? What, by neighbors?
Man, a drugged, naked teenage boy escaped. Right. And they put him back, talking he was my gay lover. And they put him back in his custody. And was like, he just needs to, oh, yes.
Wow.
He just needs to go to sleep. He just needs to.
And he was like rest. High, right? Or drunk?
Yeah, he was drugged. Naked.
That's crazy. Black? They were all black, right?
This one, I think he was not Malaysian. He was
not white.
So he wasn't white, but I think he was Asian of some descent. I'm not sure.
Crazy. That's which anybody drugged going back with the person is crazy. It's just like, lay down.
There's so many cases like that where they almost got caught with a body in the car, but they didn't search the car. Man, it was like, bruh.
People who are drugged.
I think that happened with what's the other Ted Bundy?
The nigga should have been like, bro, fuck, at least arrest me. Take me to the station. Take me to the hospital. I'm drugged. Pump my stomach. Anywhere but back where I said it happened. That's crazy.
But I think also back then, being gay was...
Oh, they were just
like, oh,
they probably showed up and they were like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, like, get out of here. You know, like, we not dealing with that.
Damn. Can you imagine being on a date? The person you with is like, yeah, so... Well, I was saying they knock out from their own drink. It's Uno reverse.
It was probably switched. He probably felt weird and threatened.
Yeah.
And pulled those switcheroo while Dahmer was going to the bathroom.
Unless it's like that. You remember that trend, First Day as a Hitman? And they spun it.
Right.
Damn.
Oh my God.
I guess... a series about a crazy white dude inviting a bunch of black dudes over and killing and eating them. I was like, man, that sounds disturbing.
Didn't he win an award for that actor?
I'm sure it's a great actor.
He's really good.
He plays a really good creepy guy.
Yeah, he's an American Horror Story.
Is that the guy from That 70s Show?
I've never watched it. That's with Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
Who is Dahmer? He's a famous actor.
Yeah, he's in all the American Horror Stories.
Dahmer series. Monster? Was it called Monster? Oh, no, Dahmer.
Monster is Aileen Wuornos.
Who?
Aileen Wuornos.
Aileen?
Yeah. Wuornos. She was a female serial killer who used to kill her Johns.
Why does it keep giving me monsters? Is it not?
No. Charlize Theron played Aileen Wuornos, I think.
Where do I know this guy from?
I'm telling you.
What?
American Horror Story. He's in every single season.
Yeah, he's definitely Evan Peters.
Yep.
Where do I know him from, though? Low key, you're right. I think I do know him from.
Because the thing about American Horror Story, every season it's a totally different character. So you might think you're watching another movie, but it's just another season of American Horror Story.
He was in X-Men. My bad.
Oh.
That's where I know him from.
X-Men.
Yeah. He's been in a gang of stuff, but yeah, he was Quicksilver.
You know, I was watching. I think it was like. It's either season 11 or season 10 of American Horror Story. And I thought it was about Dahmer, but it was about them catching the deadliest disease out there. But the disease was masked as this like killer who wore like a spandex head wrap and was going around just like killing them. And I thought it was a play on Dahmer.
Damn, this dude blew up. He was in Office too. He was an intern.
Was he?
Mm-hmm. Damn, a lot of people went through there. All right, you guys. Well, we learned some great ways on how to manipulate people today. Mm-hmm. Take your notes. Manipulate somebody and jump in the comments. What'd you get?
Damn.
I'm working on my call to actions.
Mm-hmm. Start asking for money, but small amounts first.
Tortoise wins the race. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Thick Threads. I've been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephone.
Blue magic.
Wow.
We will see you guys next time. Don't worry, it's just menthol.